I'm MC Toon, the worst rapper in the world. And I'm here wearing my, look at that. Look at that new shirt. This right here. Awesome new shirt. You can get your own very own version of this shirt on my my website. Here is but I'll talk about that in a second. Here is Seek Truth, Speak Truth. How you doing, buddy?
Hello, mate. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you, mate. Thank you very much. How are you?
I'm great. Good to see you. So you got your hair fixed. That's nice.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time on this tonight, mate. Yep. So you should feel lucky for this.
Looks like a lot of it moved south.
Yeah, we won't go there.
No. just this south, just here.
Yeah.
So, all right. This I gotta start out strong with the merch here. So here, hold on a second here. Where'd it go? I gotta find it. That's not it. There it is. All right. There is the merch there. It says on the back, your inability to grasp science is not a valid argument against it. Now, this one that I have, I had a misspelling on it, and I ordered my sample before I fixed the misspelling. So, there you go, people. If too bad, I've got the one, maybe two custom versions with the misspelling on it. Misspelled against. There was an S instead of an A. And somebody did order it, and I suspect he might get... Yeah, so if you did order, I forgot who it was. If you ordered it and you get the wrong one, it's misspelled, talk to me. I'll get you the right one. Yeah. Unless you want it as a collector's edition.
Yeah, keep it and sign it. I think they should send it back to you and you sign it. It's like a one-off, dude, isn't it?
Oh. Let's see. Oh, look. Gary Wybenga's here, and he didn't copy paste. He says, how cute MC Toon is going to pet the scroungy Glober cat.
Oh, Gary.
Are you the scroungy Glober cat?
Yeah, apparently. I mean, Gary, right now, let's have a debate. Let's change this around, you know.
Oh,
I know you probably wouldn't have the
we could right now.
Up, yeah.
We could right now bring Gary Wybenga in. Gary, you know my email address. You've sent me an email before, I think. So mctoon at mctoon.net. So, I don't know. So let's see.
I mean, I say this, like, if this was a flat earther that I actually thought was looking for truth, I wouldn't have reacted like that. I would have said, oh, come on for a chat. Let's have a chat. But I know from previous that obviously man before mentioned is trying to cause trouble. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
Not looking for the truth.
That's true. So let's see. We've got a new one. We've got First Chronicles 410 Helmet B says it's flat motionless with a firmament overhead. Fact. Of course, not supported by evidence in the least. So yeah. And Crashes is calling out the plain truth.
Wow.
That'd be great. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Bad video quality, says Gowden's Raber.
Oh, what is that, me? It probably is me, of course.
I don't know.
I do have something else running off this. So I'm going to turn it off.
I don't think it's you.
The chat,
I don't. Maybe he's just complaining about these two old guys on the screen or something. I don't know.
Both with terrible haircuts. I'm really joking.
Oh.
No.
Oh, look at this. And
I'll take that back.
And Helmet B says NASA document 1207, which I have, if you want to look at on my website, mctoon.net/govdocs, GOVDOCS. I have that very document noted on there. And every one of them, except for just a couple, actually has confirmation of the globe, you know, like gravity in it. So, or rotation. So yeah, good job there, Helmet B. Not understanding engineering doesn't make it flat. So let's see another thing. So a merch, I pinned that actually.
Go for it. I think I'm going to purchase myself one actually.
Yeah,
I'm going to get an MC Toon shirt. Yep, definitely.
Oh, hey, we got. So I asked people what questions you might have for Seek Truth, Speak Truth. So I have. I've got a couple. I got a couple of my own, and Ilya just sent one. let's see. Anybody else? You can tag me in the chat, but it's a little bit, it goes fast, it goes away. Better would be to send me a message on Discord, or do it in my main Discord room there. So let's see. Oh, let me get my I have like notes, because I do that. So my second thing is
that's why you're a Glober dude, or you never became a flat earther.
So Lee Porter, a friend of mine, Lee Porter, has done a video on, actually 2 videos on the antenna that Mark Steele thinks is a weapon. This guy here, which is actually just a real basic monopole low gain antenna. He actually hooked it up to a software defined radio and output 869 megahertz radio frequency on it, and then measured. He turned it all the way around and found that it's the same amount of signal with nominal changes because of this and whatever, but within a very small margin of error window, the same in all directions, and it's very low gain. And then he like made his own high gain antenna and showed it in a video. So I put that in the live chat here. Go look, at least give him a subscribe to his channel. I don't know if he's going to do many videos, but he's very smart about electronics and antennas and stuff like that. So
that's cool. There's a lot of people out there sort of so smart, and I just hope people check them out. And when people like you shout them out, go and check these guys out. They might have 200 subscribers or something, but the level of knowledge they have is probably way above some people that have got 50,000. Do you know what I mean? So check them out.
Yep, absolutely. So I see Skydiver Tanner was in the chat at least a little bit ago. I'm going to go tomorrow to see him. Now, he is a skydiver, thus the name. And he works at iFly, which is like a skydiving thing where there's a giant fan that you go in and you float on in the air.
Brilliant.
And he works there. I'm going to go see him tomorrow as when he's practicing. So that's one thing that, so when you were a flat earther, did the idea of terminal velocity, was that a problem for you?
I actually remember leaving a comment once saying terminal velocity proves flat Earth. Because I couldn't get my head around is it 8.2 meters per second or
9.8?
9.8, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought that would continue to speed up, and obviously sort of say terminal velocity. It made me think, oh well, it doesn't prove gravity. Gravity can't be real because there's a maximum, and it confused me. And I was just looking, obviously, for my own ideas, not following or even reading into anyone that could actually have answers for it. I was basically just making up in my mind how to fill it in, how to fill in the gaps. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you were,
well,
you were just.
You probably don't know what I mean.
Well, I kind of do. Like you were anything that you could take, and you were happy to maybe subconsciously not understand it. Right?
Yeah.
So, all right, we got another question from Jose. I know you and Jose have a little bit of stuff going on, but I hope it's good.
There's no malice meant. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're both ex-flat earthers.
Yeah.
And
I like
Jose.
He gets heated, and I still like him.
Yeah,
So, okay. So let's see. Make sure you sub to Lee Porter. So then, all right. So how did you get the name Seek Truth, Speak Truth?
I thought of it. It just popped into my head. Nobody gave it to me. I literally just was sitting there and I was like, do you know what? I seek truth. I speak truth. And this was obviously when I was a flat earther. And I just suddenly thought, what a brilliant name. You know what I mean? And now I kind of regret it, to be honest, because a lot of people that look at my name and they say, what, Truth? Do you know what I mean? And a lot of people still think that I am which the stigma is, if you've got the name Truth in your channel name, you're probably not speaking the truth, if you know what I mean. So I kind of regret having it, you know, and I've even thought about changing it to just STST.
Yeah.
To get away from that, but people will know. Say same with FTFE, Fight the Flat Earth. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So changing the channel name, but people will still know me as that. Do you know what I mean? So, because I do want the channel to grow and more people to just see that Flat Earth is nonsense. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I just literally thought of it. I was like, oh, this is amazing, but now I regret it. Yeah.
Well, you got on the right side there. So
yeah.
All right. We're getting some questions coming in. So Jose had asked a question. He's like, why didn't you ask it yet? I'm like, I got a bunch of questions. So we'll get to it, Jose. Oh, man.
I'm having to relax tonight. I'm sorry, guys. I'm smoking a cigarette. You might be thinking, oh my God, STSD smoking, but it's kind of MC Toon's show and I'm having a little relax. It's literally 1 year, more or less to the day that I left Flat Earth. So it's kind of celebration time.
Yeah. Well, then this question will maybe be appropriate then. So when you first realized, you're like, oh, it's not flat. So like just after that, right, there had to be a lot of things swimming around in your head at the time. Right. So, but a common thing with flat earthers is accepting lots of different conspiracy theories, right? So
yeah,
what other ones at the time were you like holding on to that you have since left?
I mean, the main one is probably what I'd say the Lagerlurgy, COVID. When it actually first came about, which was maybe what sort of February time in the UK, something like that, where word started to spread. I was very much still in that conspiracy mindset. I came out of Flat Earth about November, so it had probably been 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
So really, it's hard to say, but I was probably making videos, not mentioning COVID, but at the time thinking, oh, there's something going on here, there's something going on here. But now I don't think that. You know, I actually have learned within the actual last, say, 6, 7 months that it isn't a big conspiracy, you know. Yeah. But at the time when it first came out, yeah, I'll hold my hands up. I was. Even 5G, it took me a little time to get my head around it. And, you know, I wasn't just going to suddenly trust all you guys, do you know what I mean? And just, oh, everything you say is correct. Like, stepping completely away from the globe Earth, flat Earth discussion. There's people that make 5G videos that have no care about flat Earth, do you know what I mean? And so I was looking into people like that, and, you know, there's no bias then, is there? You know, and I got there, I think, you know. And I think that the normal layman's person is a little bit worried when they just hear, oh, 5G, 5G. So that's why I love what channels like you do, because you bring it to the layman's person, you know, where you mention about the levels or, you know, what someone else might bring up, but there's explanations, isn't there? You know, big numbers sound bad, but when there's actual explanations behind them and things, it becomes easier to understand. Do you know what I mean?
Huh?
Yeah. But yeah, man, I was like, and I still am, I still worry sometimes, and I'm like, do I slip back? And, you know, and I have to pull myself back and go, no, dude, no. Like, I think, say, scientific conspiracies, no, because there's too many people out there that are going to turn around and discredit you. But, like, say, maybe political, I don't know, but that's the route I'd go down if there were conspiracies. Do you know what I mean? But the shape of the planet, like, there's no lie about that.
Yeah, because,
you know?
because science is, you know, like you can explore it yourself. Individuals can do a lot of it themselves. But yeah, true. In the, I only know U.S. politics a lot, you know, but certainly there was a conspiracy around Nixon to, you know, break into somewhere, right, and get stuff. That was real, but it was very small, and it was a narrow focus, and it got found out, and it was just a handful of people. Small number of people, and they couldn't keep it a secret.
That's what shows you.
Oh yeah, and the bigger it is, the harder it is, because somebody's going to be like, screw you all, I'm going to go do a tell-all. But the only way to silence somebody is to really silence somebody. So
imagine someone from like the moon landings, you know, for them to turn around and say, no, you know what, I faked it all.
It'd be big news. Yeah.
Like, yeah, that would be very big.
So that the next question, and I moved your question up here. Ask him about the moon landings. What is his belief about? 100 belief it happened. I'll be laughing here with his answer, whatever it is. I hope you ask him.
Yeah, that's where me and Jose have our little thing, I think, is like the moon landing, because we're both truthers of the globe. We both realised that, you know, the Earth isn't flat. We live on a globe. But I can't believe how Jose went from that to not seeing that the moon landings happened. You know, it shouldn't happen overnight, but months or maybe a year. But to still not, I just, like, I can't see it. Like, but there are things, like I've seen, like there was a Chinese probe go over, and they took, say, satellite images, and they matched exactly one of the Apollo missions onto the moon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, there's little things that that's the proof. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's independent from a different country. I know obviously the laser thing gets brought up a lot. Oh, we bounced it off the buggy before it was ever there, or bounced. Do you know what I mean? But they're arguing against that. This isn't against Jose. Sorry, I'm talking about flat earthers right now.
Yeah.
But they'll argue against, oh, they were bouncing lasers off the moon this far ago, but will deny the length that it told you, you know, how far away the moon is. They'll go, oh no, but the moon's close and local. But a minute ago you were saying, oh, but we were bouncing lasers off the moon before Apollo. Do you know what I mean? So they'll obviously go that double standard of use one thing against the other.
Yeah.
But it confirms the different. But yeah, Jose, sorry mate, I went off on a rant there. But yeah, I honestly think there's too much evidence that we did go to the moon. I'm not going to sort of go through a list it all now, but with the critical mind you used to realise the Earth isn't flat, use that and you'll realise we did go to the moon, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
because
no offense to you, Jose. I love you, man. Just for believing FE.
It's a similar thing. The number of people involved would be massive, and it's been 50 years. So in the thousands and thousands of people that would have had to been involved, including everybody in different countries, because in Russia they would have like tracked those things and they wanted to show us, right? And now China has gotten, you know, photographs and stuff from there. They're not interested in supporting us. China and us, we're not getting along real well. You know, and
I think they'd call them out straight away.
Oh, they would.
I almost think like they're trying to catch them out. Do you know what I mean? Not necessarily, but like they'd have loved it if they didn't find those buggy tracks there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
that'd be a huge win for China. So, huge win. All right, I don't want to get too far behind. We got a couple super chats here that came in. Oh darn it. There was somebody sent a super chat before it started and it's gone off and it's not on the viewer activity thing here. Darn. I was going to say it, but it's gone. I'm sorry. Whoever it was, I'm reloading the screen just in case it comes up when I reload. Ooh. Here we go. Come on. Nope, it's gone. Darn it. I'm sorry. Whoever it was, send me a message. I'll just tag me and I'll read it out. So we got Tom Walbrin for $5 says 15-year-old girl solo navigate the globe. Laura Decker Y2 YouTube channel. Idea City. Am I missing something?
Yeah. I mean, just the fact that there's flat earthers out there deny and say that you can go to Antarctica and things, and it could be a 15-year-old boy. But the fact that basically a child is going around there and proving and navigating the globe, and what an achievement, you know, and people are out there denying this. You know, I know I was. I mean, I wanted to say something like kind of, you know, yes, I'm an ex-flat earther, but I really now, it's a they thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm not one of them anymore. So I kind of struggle when I kind of talk and flip between the two. So I think that holds me back sometimes. So I just want to kind of just be like, think as like, I'm a bloody globehead, a normal guy. Do you know what I mean? Like, I need to get my head out of that mindset of like, even trying to think like a flat earther. Do you know what I mean? Because it hurts. Like, it really hurts.
It's still there, huh?
Like, yeah, a little bit. I mean, I think it's, you know, it's probably there in everyone, not being horrible. Maybe not necessarily a belief in flat earth, but a belief in something, you know, that maybe takes your mind off other things, or, you know, something like that for a little while. But yeah.
All right. And Idea City is I just pulled it up and looked at her. Whatever. So I'm not gonna pull it up right now and look at it. So let's see. We got Stan Grabowski for $20. Thank you very much for that. Says huge respect to both of you. So thank you, Stan. Oh. Yeah. Let's see. I had an alert while you were talking came in from work. So I have work chat up as well. So
what do you actually do for a living then, dude? Like, have you, for your sort of day-to-day?
I write anti-spam software or email filtering software. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's really straight over my head, to be honest. Really technical.
Well, yeah, it can be pretty. You know, we'll sit and like some spammer will find some new vector to get things through, and we're like, wait a second, we got to sit down and really figure stuff out.
Yeah. Oh man. That is cool, bro.
So all right, let me show you. I had to send a message there to work. So I have this going right now. Unfortunately, and so far, nothing. I'm not doing well in bingo today, so gotta try harder, people. All right. Sorry, the work thing is just there's a you know, some issues. So
some small issues.
They're never small. They're always giant. Somebody's like, it's the worst thing ever. We lost $1 billion of business because of one email being 2 minutes late or whatever. It's always the end of the world. So let's see.
Should have been done yesterday.
We got that. Somebody's asking, I want to know if Seek Truth, Speak Truth has ever been on stage as a flat earther, like getting paid, or on stage at all.
No. I've been on stage, but as a performer, I kind of rap in my pastime, shall we say. So I've done a few performances on stage that way, but never as a flat earther. No. No.
So there you go. Now there was, maybe it overlapped with you being a flat earther, a convention in England there. Were you around at that time?
I can remember being invited. I think there was one like in Birmingham or something like that, somewhere around there. But that was very close to like when I came out of Flat Earth.
Okay.
If you know what I mean. So it was like to that point where I was then getting like, oh, I'm going to start meeting people in my day-to-day life. You know what I mean? Like taking that extra step to go somewhere to a convention or something, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
So yeah, I suppose actually, say if I had have got to that point and I met lots of amazing people and gained a great social life, would I then have left Flat Earth? I don't know, you know, because I always look at it as psychological. The facts are there for themselves. So I got to that point where I changed back, but there may be a point where you've gone so far into it that you don't. Do you know what I mean? Because you basically, I felt I more or less threw my life away when I left. So imagine someone that, say, like Dave Murphy or something, where they've just spent their
It's
whole
everything,
life, like, yeah, you know what I mean? So, are they ever going to leave? No.
Yeah, I see that, especially the ones that have been in for a while, they have their whole social life in it too. Because,
yeah,
if you know Simon Perry, he's on Facebook, and there's some guy that knows him in
I
real
think
life.
I met him earlier.
Yeah, and he sent me a private message. He's like, Simon's a nice guy and whatever, but this has ruined him. He gets kicked out of everywhere he goes. Nobody likes him. Like, they can't take him. And it's completely consumed him. And so he can't undo it now. He's got nowhere to, he burned all those bridges. So
it must be so difficult. Maybe I'm just glad I didn't burn them bridges, but Simon, mate, there's always other bridges to build. That's all I'll say, mate. You know,
yeah,
there's always a way back.
Yeah, you know, there's an invitation for all flat earthers, with maybe just a couple exceptions.
I'm not saying I'll be your best friend, but
there's a couple exceptions that maybe we're happy to have them stay flat earthers, but the rest of them.
Yeah, say real, like Nathan Oakley.
Yeah, the real vile ones. We don't. No. Yeah. Oakley, you stay how you are.
Stay where you are, buddy.
So, all right. Outside of spreading the word on YouTube, what other plans do you have to continue to spread the truth around science and the shape of the Earth?
Ooh. Well, I mean, I suppose to me, YouTube is my only outlet to show it, if you know what I mean, to show what I may be learning. So I've done a history video recently. I'm stepping well away from, say, flat Earth, and yeah, just trying to learn. There's so much more I could do. I'd love to do, say, astronomy and learn about that.
Yeah.
But these are all things where, like, you can't half-heartedly do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got to do it. So I'm at that stage really where I've got a lot to choose from, and I'd really love to dedicate myself to something. Do you know what I mean? Rather than just do everything. Do you know what I mean? Or try to do everything, should we say? But yeah, I'd love to do stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. YouTube is my only outlet for that at the minute. You know, so
yeah,
this is where it comes. You know,
there's things. I mean, there's things that if you develop a passion for, you can, you know, get good at stuff.
Yeah.
Especially if you can focus in a vertical, you know, then you can get really good at something. Which I've seen, like for a lot of flat earthers, they have this, they go the other direction. They know a tiny bit about a lot of different things, and they get the Dunning-Kruger for everything, right? That Nathan Thompson's an expert in astronomy. Just ask him, he'll tell you. And he's an expert in what is and is not science. Just ask him, he'll tell you.
Yeah.
And he's an expert in gravity, or not gravity. Yeah. And he's but he's not an expert in any of them. He hasn't spent hardly any time.
That's the thing. And
really, you know.
And even when I make my own videos, and I think sometimes, like, some of the guys watching me have spent so long dedicated to what they do, and I actually feel so proud to think that, like, they're kind of rooting for me. Do you know what I mean? And they're like, but a little bit guilty as well, because I'm like, you know, but I try to be the voice of now, you know, just the voice of the layman person. Do you know what I mean? Like the guy that did have low levels of understanding, but you can build yourself up from that and can learn from that, you know.
Yeah, yeah. It's tough. When I do things, I'm always questioning myself too, like, because the audience is tough, right? If this audience, I gotta think that the flat earther audience are pretty lenient on their people, right? Because obviously they're making claims that are garbage anyway, so you can just go make garbage claims all day long. But if I say something wrong, people are on me. So like last week, I did a 3-4-5 triangle, and I said it was a 30-60-90 triangle, and it's not. And as soon as I said that, I'm like, oh, that's not right. But I didn't point it out because the guy I was debating with, we just kept going. And I got probably 10, 15 comments about that. That little thing. Right?
Just catching you out, yeah.
And I'm like, it keeps me sharp.
Yeah. There's always someone that knows a little bit more than you. That's what I've learned. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you're sitting there and saying things, and well, in my case, a lot more than me, to be honest. But, you know, never think you're the one spreading the information, shall we say. Like, there's people watching you with more, you know, I'm talking for myself, dude. But, yeah, I just think it's incredible, you know, that these guys are actually watching it, you know, watching me. Yeah, man.
Yep. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Turquoise Laura had said something about what do we do about the people that are being the globe deniers that are being super critical and mean to seek truth, speak truth. He's got a tough skin.
Yeah.
Gary Wybenga, if he engages in conversation, let him talk. 33 UC, play whack a troll with him.
Oh, let's just have a chat, Gary. Come on.
Yeah, he likes to do the copy paste same thing, and he doesn't.
Just,
he thinks he understands the Rayleigh criterion. I doubt that he's ever done math since ever. Yeah. So let's see. We got Ken Baldwin 86 says, "Love the feel, no toxicity, which is great." Yes, thank you. I'm getting a lot of questions. I don't know if we're going to get through all of them, so don't go too fast on the questions, people.
I'll try and keep them brief and sharp. I often just run off and just, to be honest, talk a bit of nonsense. So I'll try and keep them a bit crisp.
Let's see. Let's see. Jerry 1SM says, I would have thought that the Flirf audience would be particularly vicious. Look at Shed Rage, Oakley, and the like. Shed Rage.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Mr. Rage.
Oh, he's so angry all the time.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, like, having to be near him ever?
Oh, man. I think I've put a few of them veins in his forehead, to be honest. So I don't think I'd ever want to be very near him.
You covered it. Gross. All right. This isn't a question, but can you please tell Seek Truth, Speak Truth? I said I'm sorry for calling him an idiot. In FTFE's channel, I thought he was a flat earther due to his name. He's a cool guy. And oh my gosh, I forgot. I missed who said that. I didn't copy the person who said that. Oh, there it is. Marshall Beats. Marshall Beats said that.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying is, like before, how with truth in my name, I can remember Marshall the other night in that debate, and he just jumped on me because he saw the word truth in my name. You know, so not necessarily that, but I must have said something to trigger him, but instantly he thought, right, is a flat earther.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
and Simon Dan coined the YouTube channel of Truth Paradox. And and any YouTube name that has truth in the name is probably the opposite. And I have the list, actually. I have on it's on my website. I have the list.
Was I on the list?
You never made the list. So
I wasn't in the list.
And I don't go seeking out people, just if I see somebody. And so the first time I saw you was when, like, you know, Conspiracy Cats was doing the video. So let's see, I'll pull it up. You'll have to, I don't know if you can look on the stream or not.
Yeah, I am. Okay, I've got the stream going.
So,
yeah.
All right, let me pop over to. So there it is. We've got Celebrate Truth is on the top. That is what's his name? The guy Robbie Davidson, who used to do the convention. But yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
The Plain Truth, the Conscious Truth, Gospel Truth, the Bloody Truth, Jaded Truth, Truth Flicks, The Truth About Everything, 444, The Truth, Musicians for Truth, It's Dread. The Truth is Stranger Than Fiction, Truth. I mean, it goes and goes and goes. Yes. All these people are, you know, Russian Vids is now RV Truth. Lee Garrett, who is not a flat earther, maybe he is. He's a 5G nuthead. His channel is Lee Garrett the Truth. Ramsey Truth Bros 777.
Yeah. Truth is an addictive word, man. I think that's why I used it twice. It's just,
so yeah,
like these people get so stuck in their ways.
Yeah, and it's so often not.
It's not the truth. It's very, very often not.
Yeah. So I got Twitter people. I got Discord.
Yeah, keep it going, bro.
Yeah. So anyway, anybody wants to send me their favorite faux truth channels.
I'm just gonna do what they call an Anthony Riley. I should be back with you in about a minute.
Okay. Well, I'll talk here about you may notice, let's see, right here we've got the ISS that last week Punchy and I built. If you're interested in watching us build it for 3 hours and talk about stuff with Jon Snow, is very funny. That's on my channel. So yeah, but you might notice over here that there used to be something here that's no longer here, and that's because it's been built. So I took it, actually, I'm not saying if you know, you know, but I took a camera from above and filmed the whole thing. It was a lot of fun. I did it this weekend. Really fun. And my kids helped, and it was awesome to build. So I might do like a montage that's maybe a 10-minute speed build thing. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. Stan Grabowski knows. Stan knows. So, I hear him coming back. I suppose I could have muted him so that there. He's muted now, so when he's making noises, you won't hear it. Does let's see, Anarchy Cat, does MC Toon feed trash pandas? What are trash pandas? I don't even know. I don't know what trash pandas are. Punchy did beat me in that. Somebody's asking, so. But yeah, oh, you're back? All right, hold on. Let's get your audio there. There we go. And I'm working on it. If you've noticed, I have a new layout here, people at home. This is I'll do the side-by-side comparison. Here's the old one, right? And here's the new one. What do you think? What do you think? I think that's good to do it more vertically. How long did it, Andreas Eld's asking, how long did it take to build the Saturn V in real time? I don't know. I mean, it was like a whole weekend project. It took a long time. So, all right. Look at this. We've got my lights. If you're familiar, I had the Lemurian plug that was just one of these things with the sticker on it. That one, I don't have the right remote to actually make the Lemurian plug do what it was actually designed to do. It just lies about crap. So this is a good one. I'm gonna put this right up to the front here from Wavy XXX. I don't know, what does that mean? He says, did God play any part in your belief system, and does he have any lingering conspiracies? So it's two parts. So did God play any part in your belief system? as a flat earther?
I started to believe in God when I became a flat earther. I was never religious beforehand. It wasn't until I actually found flat earth. I never went along, actually, to be honest, with a Christian God. I always kind of assumed if there is a creator, I looked at it as more of like an energy, and they didn't have their own book. But I now don't also believe that. It took me about a year, but I always say I can't rule creation out, but I can't believe in something now without any proof of it. So yeah, creation certainly isn't a part. It became a part. But yeah, and then say conspiracies again. Just, I'm open-minded. I'm not just going to rule out anything. Just because something's a conspiracy, I'm not going to say, oh, it has to be fake. But I'm certainly more critical to the more defensive side rather than being open to it now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll consider it, but I'll scrutinize it a lot more. So yeah.
Yeah, somebody is a flat earther sent me a thing on Facebook Messenger saying something about the pyramids, right? And like they're fake, or they're modern, or they're new, or they're something, or aliens, or I don't know what he was trying to get at. I'm like,
yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, people have, explored that. And he's like, yeah, but there's 770 billion pieces of rock, or whatever, some number. And look how big these are, right? The biggest ones. There's which kind of leads you to think that there's 7 billion big ones, but no, there's lots that are this big. So he's like,
it's a lot of people and a lot of time in that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes I drive around even my hometown and just think, wow, like all of this was really built within the last 140 years, 150 years. Like, how incredible is that all these roads are here? And that's what the Egyptians had, was a long, long time, and obviously they gained techniques, and it's about learning, isn't it, as they went as a culture, but yeah, I'm fascinated by the Egyptians, but yeah, I don't think there's a lot of alien things going on or anything like that. Probably go by what the historians are telling us, to be honest. Yeah,
because the people that spend decades researching it would have to be really wrong or in on it, one or the other.
Yeah. That's what I say to a lot of flat earthers. How can you honestly think that these people are going through universities, some of the best universities in the world, and highly intelligent, and they don't work out that the earth is flat? Do you know what I mean? Like, they go their whole career.
It's obvious that it's indoctrination, not education. Education and indoctrination are actually opposite each other.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Indoctrination is accept this without question, and religion does that, and a lot of things do that. And to be honest, when you're teaching at the elementary level, you could call it that, because I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna go through the proof of why 2 + 2 = 4 to a second grader. That's not the right place to go through that. But real education, as you get farther up, and of course, I think a lot of flat earthers haven't gone to the level of education where you're not just learning, memorizing things.
Yeah.
You're criticizing things, and you're analyzing them, and then, you're coming up with your own stuff. When you're at the master's level programs and higher, even bachelor's, your job is to come up with new stuff and analyze things and right. And a good teacher will give you stuff that's crap and challenge you. So I had a teacher that was the technical writing was the class, and I hated it. is he would give an assignment. He'd be like, all right, you need to write on this, and it needs to be this format, and it needs to be, you know, it's going to be, and specifically format, like, you know, the borders are got to be this side, you got to have a header like this, and, you know, there's specific different types of, like APA has their own format and other things, right? So then it needs to be ready beginning of class tomorrow when we have our lab, and then we're going to do something else. And we get to the lab, right? It's in the computer lab, and we're going to work on the next project. And he's like, okay, everything, all that stuff that you did and your papers are ready to go, throw them away. And you need to now change it, and it has to be this way. And I'm like, what the heck kind of idiot is this guy? He can't figure out what he wants us to do. Can he just look in his syllabus and figure it out? And I didn't understand until I got a job. And somebody says, well, we need this project to be just this way. And we send it, and it's just that way. And they go, oh, no, that's not what I meant.
Yeah. He was testing you. He was
all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. He was basically showing you what your real world would be like.
Yes. I mean, really, when I was in school, he frustrated me, and I really didn't like him. But going after looking at it, I'm like, he prepared me better than the other teachers that just taught me basic stuff, you know?
Yeah. I have that actually with one of my favorite teachers from school at the time. I actually really didn't like them. And it wasn't until I left and I thought, do you know what? They were actually probably trying to help me better than anyone, but they weren't Mr. Jokey or, you know, and I just kind of, you look back and you think, actually, I know why you were the way you were. And I kind of wished I'd have paid attention a little bit more, shall we say.
Yeah. All right, so Gary Waibenga has an interesting question. So people, let him ask it. Don't time him out.
Oh, Gary.
I mean, it's silly, but that's why we're here. We like the silly stuff too. So, all right, let's see here. Let's move on. What was the most impactful moment that led you to Flat Earth?
Eric Dubay's 200 non-proofs.
Really?
Yeah. I found it one night, say 1 a.m. Very low, very bored, and very conspiracy minded.
Yeah.
You know, I was already a chemtrail guy. I was already the Illuminati are running the world. You know what I mean? Like, I was there
lizard
before
people?
I found Flat Earth. Never lizard people. No. See, David Icke used to be my guy.
Really?
I used to love David Icke. And then, obviously, you hear about the lizard people. And I cut off at that point. I was like, I don't really trust what you're saying now. So he's lost a lot of credibility. Well, he's got none anyway. But he did at the time lose a lot of credibility in my mind. But yeah, there's no lizard people, shall we say? Not as far as I know. I'm hoping my eyes don't flicker right now.
Yeah, don't just keep that.
I better sort of look away for a bit.
Oh, I like the interview from the 90s that you know, I've only watched it recently where he's like, the world's going to end in some disaster, and it was just to make such a strong proclamation. You know, that's testable, right? That's not a good trait for a conspiracy nutter. You can't leave the door just so clear. You have to make it really super vague. I mean, amateur mistake for a conspiracy guy. And like Mark Steele is making the same mistake right now. He says that the vaccine will kill you. So 11 million vaccine have been ordered for the UK, and he posted on his Telegram, that's 11 million people that will die. Testable. So all right, let me say a couple things here. Let's see. Who was it? Somebody was being a little bit King Crew. I like Jose. He can be brash, but give him a little leeway here. And then did somebody get Jose? or not Jose, Gary. Did somebody get Gary's question about what percentage of the sunset? That's awesome. He's so wrong. I love how wrong he is.
Let's have some like flat Earth questions.
Yeah, we want some of those. So yeah, don't time them out, people. Don't time them out. And 33 UC was in here just like once, I think. And oh, silly guy.
See, right. I really want to try and debate, you know, but people always go, "Oh, you wouldn't dare debate," and then as soon as I offer it, you probably get it all the time. They just run a mile, you know.
Yeah, well, that was somebody's asking, ever intend to debate a flat earther? So
very much so.
Yeah.
Yep. I kind of like say people just want me in their echo chamber, you know, Dell, etc. But that's not going to happen. I always just say, as long as it's a neutral platform, let's go for it. And that's where the standoff is, because nobody wants that, you know. Not none of the big channels anyway.
Yeah.
None of them dare to do it.
It's tough. And I gotta say, going to somebody else's channel is challenging. And I have somebody come on every week almost. And I'm like, for me to go to be in their position, because
props to them, to be honest.
Most of them, yeah, absolutely. Most of the people I bring on aren't very good and they're not very experienced. And they come in and I mean I don't know. I haven't answered everyone.
Should we say? I'll say it for you. You annihilate them.
I don't want to be too much, but
yeah.
But they do it, and like, you know.
Yeah.
But so
props.
would I go to somebody else's channel?
I've
been on other people's channel. I was on Ash News, small channel. I was on the 24/7 Flat Earth Discord. Last time they were incredibly rude.
Yeah. But that's why, you know, if I was speaking to you right now and you was to say, "Oh, they're lovely guys, that was nice to have a chat with them," more people would go over there, wouldn't they? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just human nature. If anyone that goes there comes out saying, "Well, it was horrible, I was just abused," like,
yeah,
and then they moan because no one goes there, you know, it doesn't make sense, does it?
Why would anybody go to Oakley? I don't understand.
Yeah. I love the day that FTFE did it, because obviously that was his kind of 40K celebration, wasn't it? And that was just brilliant to see Oakley just, you know, basically having a coronary live. But yeah.
We got an anti-vaxxer in the house here. So I would not go on Oakley's channel.
No,
I would not go on Dell's channel. But most others, I would.
Yeah, frankly, I would have. Yeah, why not? Why not? You know, as long as they're civil. So,
but now, if somebody wants a third party, right? Well, who there? You got Modern Day Debate. You got Agree to Disagree, which is Conspiracy Cats and Creaky. But
well, me now, dude.
But they're Globers, right? And you and so I'm like, well, what if I wanted to really take away every single excuse from somebody? What would I do? And I've offered it. There's this guy, Irish Demon. He's Irish. Legend. And he's in Australia. Awesome guy. So this Trey Dior guy has been trolling him about, and Trey Dior, Trey Dior has a video where he's like, "I challenge you to debate."
Yeah.
I'm like,
clout chasing.
I go, I accept, and he won't debate me. He's like, well, you got to do it on I'm not going to do it on your channel. I'm like, you challenge me. How about we do it on your channel? Well, I don't know how to do it. Why did you challenge somebody to debate if you can't even host the debate on your own channel? So he can't do it on his. I asked to do it on mine. He won't. I said, well, we'll do it on, Agree to Disagree. He won't. He's like, let's do it on Nathan Oakley. I'm like, there's two channels I won't go on because they don't allow debate, right? Oakley interrupts as soon as you start to get to a debate. So I said, tell you what, let's have Arwen host. Okay. So Arwen, I think, would be my number one pick of a flat earther to host a debate. Because I'm actually with you there. Because, I think he's, for all of his strangeness, he's a nice guy, and he would be a host, right? And just let it go.
Yeah, I mean, I could imagine he'd certainly try and be neutral, wouldn't he? You know, I'll give him that.
I don't know if he'd be neutral, but I think he would let the debate happen. And if you're like, here's the rules, we agreed on these rules, I think he'd just stick us to those rules. So there. So, all right, let's see.
I actually thought I thought he was going to come back to the globe, to be honest.
Arwen?
When he started saying like, what was it? We live on a flat globe. I mean, obviously impossible, but yeah, he kind of came to me a few times, and I tried to chat with him, and obviously I think the Nathan Oakleys of our world have kept him over their side, but you know, he seemed like he's misunderstood. He's got a very big misunderstanding of things, shall we say? Like, I don't think he's not a nice person. Just very misunderstood of the world, shall we say?
Yeah. Well, Brady Photography commented on my video with Austin Whitsitt with a strong insult, and I'm like, it seemed a little weird to me, and I'm like, did you mean to send that to Austin? And then Brady Photography's like, yeah. So I wasn't sure. I'm not totally sure, but then started talking about the Vikings, which is the local football team. Can you do that? Do this thing here. You gotta have your hands wide.
Oh yeah, what is it? That's like.
There you go. Got a touchdown. That's in the thumbnail. So Brady Photography says, "Yo, the Vikings won again last night." Okay. I don't do a lot of.
I usually watch the Super Bowl, to be honest, but that's just once a year.
Oh yeah, and the Super Bowl's great, and then every once in a while they like interrupt the good parts with football. The commercials are the best. Oh. Oh, Brady says, I did that on my phone. I need my glasses. I know how it is. These are just reading glasses. I don't wear them normally. This is what everybody who knows me in person sees.
Yeah.
This is what people online see. That's it.
Wow. That's strange, but I don't think I'd recognize you without the glasses.
Well, it is definitely a Superman, Batman thing.
Yeah, that is. Oh, yeah, definitely. I am Batman.
What do you think?
Yeah.
This is good. This is a child's mask. My son brings it to me. Here you go, Dad. You can wear this. Look how narrow it is on my gigantically stupid head.
Yeah.
It's like you can't tell because there's no other heads around me to see, but my head is stupidly large. Hats don't.
It's more
fit.
like it's like a masquerade mask.
Yes. All right. There we go. I'll tell him I used it. So, all right. Marshall Beats says, can you ask him what football team he supports? I'm a West Ham fan. Hey, I'm a West Ham fan as well. Love them Gunners.
Them Gunners. Well, funnily enough, actually, I wish I still supported West Ham, but one of my favourite players was Di Canio, and I'm sure you'll know who I mean by that, MC Toon. But yeah, Paolo Di Canio, what a player! But no, Ipswich Town, we're crap. Ipswich. We're terrible. Yeah, we're shit.
There's a town called Ipswich.
Yeah.
I think there are some in America too. So, all right, we've got...
There's Massachusetts.
Yes. I think they stole it from you.
I'd imagine so. There's a lot of history actually related. Some of the first settlers from the UK, I believe, were very close to sort of where I grew up, if you know what I mean. A place called Otley in Suffolk. So yeah, man, there's a lot of history around here. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, we've got New York, you've got Old York, we've got New Jersey, you've got Old Jersey, we got New Hampshire. Do you have Old Hampshire?
Yeah, We do. We've got Hampshire. Hampshire. Yeah.
Yep. But you don't call it Old Hampshire because, you know,
No,
really,
when you were saying, say,
that's
old,
the proper
York,
name,
old,
isn't it?
Yeah.
OLDE Hampshire.
Yep. Oldie.
Yep. Oldie
Ye
Hampshire.
oldie.
So, all right, we've got the question from Gary Wybenga, who I haven't seen comments in a while, so we might not get
Oh, let's get deep, Gary.
be able to hear it. So, all right, this is for you. No help from the audience, please. Ask him what percentage of a sunset is due to perspective and how much of it is due to the imaginary pair spinning away from it.
Sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. A comment caught my eye and I missed that.
Oh, no.
I'm so sorry, man.
I have to read Gary's dumb comment twice.
Yeah.
So ask him what percentage of a sunset is due to perspective and how much of it is due to the imaginary pair emoji spinning away from it.
Well, I'm not a scientist, but I'm going to say nearly 100% is going to be due to the shape of the Earth, but not 100%, but very nearly.
I would say it's 100 myself, but something gets in the way.
Yeah, I'm throwing refraction in there because they might say like, oh, you know, we saw
that delays it. That delays it.
Oh, okay, right.
It doesn't cause it or not cause it. So
right, okay, yeah.
All right, so we've got Wavy XXX asked again to me, so I'll do it. Fine. What he said? Do you have any cheeky little conspiracy belief? And then I asked a second time, do you have any conspiracy skeletons? I don't know.
What do you think of? I'm going to ask you a question. What do you think of, say, JFK?
I can entertain the conversation, but at the end, and I've not looked into it enough. That's the thing. I've not looked into enough to actually have a strong position on it. And that's, I think, a difference between a conspiracy theorist and a not conspiracy theorist, right? I've not looked into it enough to say, and so I'm going to be really cautious because I don't know. I can entertain the thought, but there's got to be a really good reason to do something other than just a communist who, a known communist who was a trained sniper and had a beef with him, right? That really lines up well. You've got to line up stuff a lot better and have the evidence to it or something. Motive is really, really important. And so that's another, like, 9/11. Dumb conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Because what's the motive?
I was knee deep in that stuff, man. Like,
I believe it, yeah.
Literally, I was like, direct energy weapons and, you know, literally to that point. Again, it's one of these things where I think I've said in a video before, but with anything like a conspiracy now, I'm not going to sit there and spread it on the internet. Do you know what I mean? Like, even no matter what my personal belief is, it can only really be a belief. Especially with something like 9/11, a lot of people did get severely injured and died, and it affected thousands and thousands of people. So I have no right to sit here and, to be honest, even talk about it, I don't think. Do you know what I mean? We can talk about it like this, but I won't dare say what did or didn't happen because I think that's very naive.
You got to know, and especially when you're talking about people dying. Like, I get really mad. I get mad about the shuttle Challenger.
That was a recent anniversary, weren't it?
Yeah, that really.
Yeah.
Because there's people, right? People lost family. Same with Sandy Hook. Alex Jones can go to hell. That guy is a piece of crap.
Yeah. He is.
So now Elvis is definitely alive. He actually
owns. Is he back in the building?
Yeah, he owns a bowling alley in Albert Lea, Minnesota. Yeah, it's called King Lanes. Truth in in plain sight, of course. So there you go.
Oh,
there is not actually a King Lanes in Albert Lea, but there is a King Lanes, I think in Nebraska, that I found. I found the street view of it and posted it somewhere saying, this is where Elvis owns. So no. Let's see. How is the feeling to completely shatter the truth paradox?
well, it's crazy. It is crazy. You know, I never imagined a year on that I'd be kind of sitting here with you guys, and I do feel, I'm trying to think the name of it, imposter syndrome. And I think I suffer from that a lot, where I kind of feel like I shouldn't be here. Do you know what I mean? Like, what did I do to deserve this? I was stupid for a bit and then changed my mind. And that does, like, you know, and I try and bring myself back down, and I'm just like, you're not special, dude. Do you know what I mean? Like, people just want to get to know you because you're a bit different. You know, you did change your mind, and bring myself to that level.
Yeah.
You know.
So you said that you were into chemtrails and 9/11 before, right?
Yeah.
So did going into flat Earth and like hitting that and flipping that switch and coming out, like you left all of that? So can you in some way say, I guess going to flat Earth and then getting to the point where I flipped that switch and coming out of it really helped me in the end, because I got freed from that other stuff?
Maybe, yeah. The other stuff didn't really make people dislike me in my normal day-to-day life.
That's a good point.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But whereas like flat Earth, it was kind of, you're going one way or the other now, dude. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of, you can have a conversation with someone in the pub that thinks 5G might be a bit dangerous, but someone that tells you the Earth you're standing on is completely different to the whole of humanity has ever told you, and you're on a different path then, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, and so yeah, I'm glad I kind of got out when I did, and I've said this on a few times, but it gave me a system reset, man. And I just thought, step back from it, step away. Not everything is a conspiracy, and it had got to that point. You know, I'd watch one video, and you know, when you start hearing the Queen's a lizard, I started thinking, right, not all conspiracies are right. That is just so ridiculous, isn't it? Like, you know, and yeah, started to step away slowly.
Airplanes running on compressed air?
No, I never had that one.
Never had that?
No.
Oh, that's good.
No, never. There's some that I think are just, is that really a troll making that up? Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah, and I think, and some people have supposedly traced the recent flat Earth back to like a 4chan like hoax on 4chan. And I don't know if that's, obviously people have been since before Robotham in the late 1800s. There's been an unbroken string of small numbers of flat earthers, but yeah, it's YouTube that made it possible to get big. Yeah, and people say Nathan Thompson believes the flat Earth, or not the compressed air thing, which shows the Dunning-Kruger, right? It's almost like a test, because if you can think that an airplane could run on compressed air, you really, really don't understand physics. Yeah. You really don't.
I mean, what does he think that noise is? Like, what the airplane
air
engine,
coming out of it, I guess?
Oh, no. See, I mean, there's just some things that are one step far too far. Obviously, flat Earth is within that category now, far too far. But, yeah, no, planes are certainly not running off air. They're being held up by it, though, within I don't know, a slipstream or something, but they're not actually fueled by it.
So yeah, somebody's saying there's a handful of Nathan Thompson memes on my Discord server. There are, including the duck scientists that he recently got fooled by. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, if you guys haven't seen, this last weekend he got flown out to California by somebody who messes with people, and they messed with him. And these Harvard students that he thought were Harvard students were actually just actors. They're just actors.
Yes, this is brilliant.
Oh, and he posted it on his his Facebook group that he banned me from right away. I applied, he banned me. Yeah. Because he loves censorship. He loves it.
Oh,
Did I say he loves censorship? Because he loves censorship. He bragged in debate with me on Modern Day Debate. He bragged that he had over 20,000 people on his block list for his Facebook group.
Oh my God. That is not a brag.
He bragged about that. So, yeah. So yeah, there's a screenshot from Nathan Thompson's Instagram where he's saying from when he's flying back that there's no jet fuel in there in the plane wings. Oh, it's like they're not big enough. Like, go close, go stand next to it. They're big. Yeah. You're not really. Anyway. Oh, poor
I think that's how Creaky Blinders started his show the other night, weren't it? With like, you small, Earth big. You know what I mean? Like, and it's kind of the same with a plane, really.
Oh, yeah. All right. Let's see. Anything you'd like to say to those that still believe in Flat Earth?
Just restart again. You know, you say research, but the places you're researching are not the right places. I don't want to sound like a preacher, but start again. The 200 proofs that Eric Dubay will talk about are nothing but 200 things that make you a little bit confused if you don't understand what he's saying. And that's the category, unfortunately, if you're in that you're falling into. And there are people on this planet that have learned and do know how things are working. It's not about trust, but it's about learning who to trust. And yeah, but don't call yourself a truth seeker if you deny things such as Mr. Sensible's mage the other day. How can you possibly deny that the Earth has curvature? So anything that has been mentioned within Flat Earth now is basically null and void. The Earth is a globe.
You're getting a little static from you, I think. So,
oh, sorry, dude.
Gary just popped in, asked the question again. He wasn't here when you answered before.
Oh, Gary, you'll have to go back, mate. I'm not going to waste my time twice on you. No.
All right. So somebody sent, I'm going to show the, still getting a little noise from you. This is Nathan Thompson's. Yeah, I don't know.
Tell you what, let me try. Oh no. Can you still hear me?
Yeah. It's a little different, but it sounds less staticky. All right, so here's Nathan Thompson's Instagram. The globe is flat is his Instagram. Anyway, he says right there, no jet fuel in the wings. He showed a picture of the top of the wings where you can't really see the depth of the wings. Good job, Nathan.
Yeah.
You got fooled. Yeah. So Andreas Eld, are you to Gary Wybenga, are you illiterate and deaf? All right, let's see. This one, this is interesting. Being a floor expert. Are you a floor expert? Oh, he froze. He froze. What happened? Maybe he got disconnected or something. So, look at him. Look at him there. He's not moving. Good job. You can see there's like little like streaks on there. Something weird. All right, I'll change this. Okay, so you can see. Waiting for him to figure that out. Yeah, they stored JP4 in the wings and other fuel tanks in commercial jets. Yeah, so somebody had posted, if you want, there's a video of people, like, because they have to inspect the inside of the wings occasionally. So there's people go in and crawl around inside the fuel tanks after, well, they remove the fuel, in airplane wings to, you know, check for structural integrity or whatever they need to do to inspect it. So there's a video on YouTube of people doing that, and you can see how giant that space is. So let's see the link. Yeah, so the link I sent is in the video I made of the trip. Clearly uses a wide angle lens because you can see the Earth concave at low altitude. Yes. So that's the that's what they like to, they're like, this picture proves that it's flat, and it's with a camera lens that they don't know about, they haven't ever quantified. And and then they'll go on, they'll you know, we show them a rectilinear lens like from Mage from Mr. Sensible, or flat earther Dwayne Kellum used a rectilinear lens in a camera, and there's curve above and below center frame, and they're like, nuh-uh. So it doesn't work too well. So the meme of Nathan, yeah, so Nathan Thompson was, he's like, he has a handgun and he's messing around with his handgun. I'm not going to talk about that though. I'm not going to talk about that. Do I watch Professor Dave Explains? I do. While I painted my house, I spent 2 weeks painting my house. Well, I spent the first 2 weeks of September painting my house, and also the last 2 weeks of September painting my house. It's just going to be 2 weeks, but it took 4. And while painting, I went through all of his stuff other than the biology stuff. So I listened to a ton of Professor Dave Explains. So yeah, there you go. And then let's see, seems Jose and PhD Tony are having a row, as they say in England. I'm sorry. You're big boys. Figure it out. You really showed up Mark Steele, MC Toon. Yeah. Yeah. I got more. I don't know. Here's the question to you all. Is coverage of Mark Steele, like, is that interesting? If I just keep exposing his stupid, is that something you guys like? Because there's a never-ending supply of stupid from Mark Steele. It does not end. Every day he vomits more stupid. It's painful and hilarious at the same time. So let me know if that's something that, like, yes, I want to see lots of it. So all right, we got a couple super chats here. PhD Tony says, I really admire SD's intellectual honesty. You know what? I should save that for when he's on, but I'll read it again when he's on. So I really admire seek truth, speak truth, intellectual honesty. Would be easy for him to hide or reject evidence or continue being a knob. He doesn't do any of that. So there you go. And I'll put that in my notes here to read to him when he's back, whenever he figures out his, whatever happened. Maybe he had to turn it off and on again. So Andres Eld for 50 secs says, Gary, listen to the third time. The sun setting is 0.001% due to perspective and 99.99% the globe Earth rotating away. I think it's 100, but whatever. Second best Bob for £5 says, it's my bedtime. Good night, and to have my money. Thank you. Second best Bob. I appreciate the money. Ilya Moon for $5 says, this month is Native American Heritage Month. Remember the Trail of Tears and watch a special episode we are doing on this Sunday. Heart emoji.
So sorry, ma'am.
Yeah, what happened? Did you have to turn off your computer and back on again?
the good old turn off and on again. It just cut out. My phone literally just cut out, but we're back up and running now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Ilya Moon was just talking about it's Native American Heritage Month. Remember the Trail of Tears and watch a special episode on their channel, which would be Sit Down with Debunkers. So yeah, very, very good thing to watch. This summer in August, our family went to South Dakota, and we went to a lot of the typical places around there, including Crazy Horse, which is just basically a giant Native American memorial. and they're building, carving out of the mountain.
Oh yeah.
It is so big. All right, we went to Rushmore
Yeah.
too. Rushmore is big, but like the faces are like that for Rushmore, and the face is like, here we go, like this for Crazy Horse, and that's just the face. It's an arm, and they're doing the headdress, and they're doing a horse in the front. The horse is maybe years off, but they're doing this big arm where he's pointing like that. Like,
yeah, I've seen it. Oh, yeah, I'm not in person. I wish, but like that does look incredible, man. I'm surprised Trump didn't get his face started to be carved on Rushmore, to be honest. But
I think you have to wait. You have to wait till somebody's passed on before you can really start talking about that kind of stuff. But I'm sure every mountain will get, once he's passed on, every mountain will be in his likeness.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
When you were gone, I asked if people like more Mark Steele exposés, and they said, I think I'm getting yes, please keep exposing Mark Steele. The UK needs to see how much of an idiot he is. The thing is, he is such an idiot that he's been knocked off of every platform, right? He does have a YouTube channel, and as soon as he posts a couple things, it's going to be out of there because he can't not post idiot. It's just, it flows so freely from him. He got kicked off. What's the Russian VK? The VK Russian Facebook. He got kicked off of there. Russia booted him. So the only place he can be is Telegram, who basically doesn't boot anybody. And it's got he has just a tiny little following there of his faithful disciples. So it's I mean, he's just not. Anyway, so yeah, all right, good to know, because he's so.
Someone said earlier, actually, they were like, "Oh, he's speaking to STST. There's not going to be any dumpster fires. I'm off." So I thought, when I went earlier, I thought, well, there's your dumpster fire. I went,
Rage quit. My bingo, very disappointing. Yeah. No bingo so far. So let's see. We got Pale Bob UK says, say knob again, please. Knob. You want to say knob?
Yeah. Knob.
There you go.
That's with a K.
Oh. So let's see. We Jerry 1SM says Mark Steele was freaking demolished, but I personally think Lee Garrett gets off way too lightly. I like to just kind of ignore him because he is a nobody. Like I don't know do you know who Lee Garrett is?
Lee Garrett.
He's Mark Steele's like yes man. That.
Oh, okay. I did a video. I think Mark Steele's brother or something. I did a video on him once.
Graham. Think of his name. I've never seen Graham Steele. That's his twin brother. I've never seen Graham anywhere.
It was definitely. It must have been Mark Steele. I did. It must have been. He was even talking to his son, and he was saying about tell your teacher in school that the Wi-Fi is here to kill everyone.
Yeah, that would have not been his son. His kids are older. As far as I know, he has 2 kids, and they're both in their 20s. So it could have been.
Have to share it to them. Yeah,
it could have been a nephew or a grandson. But I don't know. I don't know if he has a grandson. I don't know. Could have been an downline of Graham Steele. Could be his nephew or something. So yeah.
Yeah. Very, very weird. Yeah, it was definitely a Steele. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. And well, there's Robert Steele, who's an American ex-CIA spy who is so dumb. Like, he's dumber than Mark Steele. He's so dumb. He thinks so a lot of the flirts, like, they like him, but Robert Steele thinks that he's so far into Q that he thinks that children are raised in secret tunnels, of course, because who doesn't do that, apparently, and then they fly them to Mars for slave labor.
Right.
For slave labor, they fly them to Mars.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how smart he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real smart.
So anyway.
No, I mean, I try not to laugh because I feel bad because I was that stupid. So I feel bad when I do laugh, but I hope you guys, if you are a 5G denier, globe Earth denier, I hope one day you get to laugh at yourselves too.
So now Jon Snow. Now you talked to him last week. He was on.
Jon Snow.
Yeah. So last week John was on, and we talked to a few people like, hey, John and Speak Truth should meet. So yeah.
Yeah, we need to do. Yeah.
So I think he just sent me a message. It was a voice message. I'm like, type it because I don't know what he's saying, and if I play it, tell you what, I'm gonna mute you, and then I'll play it, and then I'll. So if you talk, nobody can hear you right now.
Well, we got
all right. He's wondering because John's coming on later. He's coming on in
cool.
An hour and a half. Because we were gonna have Ian Ferguson, who's a 5G installer, but he quit because he got confused about what 5G is. Right, like he knows the details of installing things, but he doesn't know like how like RF actually works, and so he did some videos, and so he was gonna come on, and he can't. I don't know why.
It's like similar to, I've heard people say, "Oh, I install Sky satellites, and we all point in the same direction, and yeah, got to be flat." But just because you install satellites don't mean you understand them. Similar with it, just because you install 5G or you work on the mast, it doesn't necessarily mean you're an expert on the science behind it.
All right, so Robert Williams says, does the CIA spy think Chuck is a documentary? Oh, the TV show Chuck, that's awesome.
I've never heard of it.
Oh, it's an American, like, it's funny. It's a guy who's just like kind of clumsy and doofusy, and he like gets caught up. His girlfriend's a super hot CIA spy thing, and yeah,
as they all are.
Yeah, he worked at a farcical Best Buy in the show, and yeah. It's been a while since I watched though. So yeah, I'm sure Robert David Steele does think that it's a documentary. So then we've got Swedish Vapor UK for £5 says MC2, and here's a token of my appreciation for being such an inspiration. Ooh, that's how you send a message with a money amount. Well, thank you very much. Glad that you're inspired. So yeah, I do what I do for fun and entertainment, and if somebody gets something out of it, that's great. I'm glad. So thank you. So all right, Jon Snow needs a couple minutes to wind down. He says he just got home. So all right, let's see. Got some more. So here we go. I really admire STSD's intellectual honesty. Would be easy for him to hide or reject evidence or continue being a knob. He doesn't do any of that. And that's from PhD Tony. So there you go.
Oh, thank you, PhD Tony. I think you're such a legend yourself, dude. It's just nice to have, people like you within this community. You really, really do know what you're talking about. And I really kind of level with the way you communicate. So respect to you, PhD Tony.
I do like watching him when he's talking and they're following and he's talking and they're following, he's talking and they're not following.
Yeah.
And he just, he just rams.
I love it. I love it.
So Fohammer 335.
Every right to, dude.
Fohammer 335 says, never heard of Chuck? Don't make me flash on you.
Yeah.
So there you go. Let's see. All right. So last week I had this, and then he was on FTFEs. It was Dolly or Dalibor Viermer. I don't know. Did you see when he was on with me or with FTFE?
Who's that? Sorry.
Did you see either of the times that Dolly was on in the last week?
Dolly? No, I haven't. No.
He's he's from Czechoslovakia. He worked on Russian planes, and
Okay.
he's like, there's a gyroscope and it's rigid in space, therefore the Earth is flat. Like, did you work on them? No, he just installed them. Anyway,
wouldn't he take the flight paths? Bloody hell.
No, never mind that. Anyway, so he says, let's see, does he know why flatties, flurfs like Dolly will call Bob and Jaren frauds just because they find something he doesn't like?
Yeah, I mean, Beyond the Curve came out whilst I was a flat earther, and I thought of them both as shills and frauds myself.
Really?
I thought that the whole documentary had been set up to discredit flat Earth because it was gaining legs, and it was to make flat earthers look stupid. They did that themselves, now I know. But the way I thought it would have been edited in a way as such that, they've recruited even Nathan Thompson, because he was in it, weren't he, when he was doing his little ping pong ball with his hammer thing. And I was like, oh, they're getting this crazy man in here. Of course they're getting him in. That's to make people think only crazy people think the Earth's flat. And people still call Nathan Thompson a shill now. But these guys are looking for excuses. You've got to correlate why the majority of people you're looking at that believe the Earth is flat are the way they are, So I thought that myself. So I can understand why flat earthers believe that. The word shill, there's no such thing as a globe shill, is there? There's nobody getting paid to lie about the shape of the Earth. But these guys are sitting there going, oh, you've got to be a shill. You're paid by NASA.
Speaking of shill, when I did the thing with FTFE and Creaky and Planar Walk and Soundly, the fake leaked document talking about getting paid to do videos and buying subs and all that. Did you see that? Did that do anything to you?
That was just, I think, I found out about it just as I came out of Flat Earth.
Okay.
And that was more or less the way I found out about you.
Okay.
So that was actually where I started going, oh, wow. And I was actually on your side by that point. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Because I remember seeing it. And
yeah, you can't see it, but I have up there the page 1 of the fake document that I put up it was January. It was December. December, January. I think it's December 2018. I put it up there and I did a bunch of videos, and it's out of frame, right? But I filmed it and I put it on my channel as an unlisted video until April. And then I listed it, and you can see the date that it was uploaded. And people still today say, that's just a cover up. You really are. That's a real document that leaked.
Yeah. Don't you feel funny though sometimes when you think people I kind of wish that I was paid to lie about the shape of the Earth. Dude, I'd kind of be like, wow.
Where do I apply? Whenever they say that, I'm like, where do I? You know more than I do about this program. Where do I apply? Help a brother out. You got to pay the mortgage somehow. So that's funny. All right, I'm gonna send the Zoom link to John. We'll see how long it takes for him to get in. I got a big copy buffer.
I do like a bit of John. He's such a cool guy. Obviously respect him for looking into Flat Earth and realizing that was a load of nonsense.
Yeah.
So big respect to him for that.
All right. So Micro Raptor asks, do you have any Flat Earth friends, or did you lose all them when you became a Glober? Did you know any in real life first?
I know, say in my local town of Ipswich, I know of 2 other people that are Flat Earthers. We spoke, obviously, when I went to Flat Earth, but now I'm still friends with them on Facebook, but I'm not friends with them, shall I say. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah. What was the rest of that question? Sorry, Dave?
Or did you lose them all when you became a Glober? So,
the only person really that I spoke to personally was Kyle Adams in the real world, shall we say, on Facebook.
Kyle Adams.
I'm sure you debated him the other night, the professor of the Flat Earth Institute.
You talked to him?
Yeah.
Really?
He was like an actual personal Facebook friend of mine. You know, I had my channel, and I remember him saying, "Oh, I really wish I could start my own channel like you do, dude, and I really look up to you." And so I actually feel bad. I was probably one of the people that got him onto the trail of Flat Earth, shall we say. Do you know what I mean? Like, he may have been a believer before that, but he was certainly like, "You're pushing me out there to get myself on YouTube." And then I remember when I left Flat Earth, turned against me straight away, obviously deleted me off Facebook. Just, "You're a shill, you're being paid to lie about this, and you've been paid off, you know the truth, but now you're being paid to lie." And yeah, turned straight on to me. Dubay was the biggest one, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was like my king to me, but he turned his back on me quicker than anyone, you know?
Yeah, he didn't stick around much. Well, you know, he's
gone missing, isn't he?
He's gone missing, yeah. I mean, Simon Dan offered 3 times in a row to host a debate with Eric Dubay and myself, and silence. Like, does somebody know him? Like, could call his mom and ask her to check the basement under the bed to see if he's there?
Eric!
That was fun. Tom Walbrand is asking, are you sad that you missed Flattoberfest?
I'm ecstatic. I did miss it. Yeah. No, I'm so glad I left, dude. Like, I just wish more people would. I think it's so sad that it's only really me, Jose, Sean G. There's not really many vocal ex-Flat Earthers out there. Yeah. And I just wish there was more.
Yeah, you've got, let's see, that guy, that something blue in his name. That FDFE interviewed is a while ago. And then,
there's a guy called Johnny Orbital.
Oh, yeah.
He's been interviewed by Mr. Sensible.
Okay.
There are others, but I think they go away, maybe not be content creators as such.
Yeah.
And just go away and not really say anything about it.
Yeah, but you don't need to. Yeah. Clear Cognition. But,
that's it.
Yeah, but he didn't. He kept some other stuff that was a little out there, so he's
still religious. Nothing against, obviously, religion as such, but yeah.
I think it came out in a little strange way. So, all right, let's see. We've got Mohammed Shafiq says, please ask how big was his Flat Earth meme folder at the time he went global, and did he keep them?
I'm so bad at keeping memes. Like, I take so many screenshots and memes that I'll get to about 1,000 and go through them and delete them or whatever. But I probably had about a good 200 or 300 at the time. But I'd probably deleted about 5,000 within that time.
Oh,
so.
Gosh. No.
It's just...
Because I mean, on Facebook you see, and it's like they're meme warriors, right? Like, they think
just
that
meme after meme.
They think that memes are science. Memes somehow beat science. Like, I'll post a link to a scientific paper.
Yeah.
They won't look at it. No. They'll post a meme of rocks stacked on top of each other. Therefore, the Earth isn't rotating. Like, actually, that's predicted.
Yeah.
So, but nope. Yeah.
No, that's their proof, innit? You know, a picture of, proof of a globe is proof of flat Earth.
Yeah. So anyway, all right, let's see. We've got Mute Donkey. What was your reaction to the mage? Oh yeah, the mage footage. So if you already caught this.
I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I said on my previous video, I think it's one of the real nails in the coffin for Flat Earth. a good experiment. Obviously, there's been a lot within the community, but I just think it's a marker to me now. I'm leaving Mage down as a marker, and I keep going back to it, and I keep saying it to people. What more do you want? You know, like, you asked for visible curvature, undeniable, and here it is. So yeah, it really, I loved it. I loved it.
Well, Dion Smo was on FTFE and he showed it, and Dion's like, that's flat.
That's what I mean, man.
I had Hip Hop Hippie on and showed the view from Dwayne Kellum. He's like, oh, that's flat. Like, you can see it's curved. No, it's flat. Like, oh, so
yeah.
Let's see. All right, people. See, Gary's
colorblind, though.
What's that?
I was going to say people are colorblind.
I'm
Perhaps
colorblind.
People are like straight blind or something. Do you know what I mean? Like,
could be. I joke with my kid. My kid, I'm like, go pick up your room, and I'll go upstairs, and there's things all over the floor, little things. And I'm like, I think he's little things on the floor blind.
yeah.
All right, hold on a second. I gotta address something here. So it says Gary got comments deleted, and Jose is reposting them. Can you ask him to stop? He's trying to stir up stuff in the chat and has been for 2 hours. All right, Jose, don't stir up stuff. People.
Peace and love.
If Gary is actually having a conversation, I want his comments in there. So listen, people, I will, because I can see if you block him, don't block him if he's just having a conversation. If he's pasting the horizon is due to angular resolution, blah blah. Don't time him out. Just delete that dumb comment. But if he's actually conversing, that's fine. That's fine. So, all right. Gary's last comment was not okay. All right. So I'm going to have to look it up here. And Jose, man, I love you, but don't mess stuff up here for us that don't like to take away a wrench. Wow. Lee Walker.
I honestly do, like, say people like FTFE or someone that's debating, you're going to be nice if someone's nice to you.
Yeah.
And people can accuse people of being, oh, they're horrible, but you've got to look at who the trigger person is or who the person that started the trigger. And with Gary, you would be happy with an open conversation. I'm sure you'd start a clean slate and love to just sit here and have a chat with him. As a lot of people would, and we joke and we ban and, but like, we're all human beings and we are here for good reason. So we have a bit of banter, but Gary, we're human, dude, and we're only trying to help people. What did you say about the moon?
Oh no, I muted myself to cough. It was about, oh my gosh. Flat Earth Aussie Jesus, I think, they drunk Aussie and PhD Tony about a physics test. And yeah, Flat Earth Aussie Jesus doesn't know anything about physics. Everything he says about physics is ridiculous. Ridiculous. So bad. Like, none of it makes sense. I love listening to his stupid ideas because they're so crazy and wacky. Like, giants scooped up the Grand Canyon and like he can't even.
It's a parody.
It is a parody, and like that, and scooped the Grand Canyon, made the moon out of it, and filled it with helium. Like, do the little bit of math on what buoyancy you might get from helium inside, and how much the moon would weigh. It's not going to work there, but no, he can't do math. So,
no.
So Eileen Dover's asking, about my lights there. Are they an early Christmas decoration? I got these lights. I don't know if you saw when I tested the Lemurian plug, which is some snake oil. Let me grab it. Hold on a second.
Lemurian plug.
Yeah, so Lemuria is like Atlantis, but it doesn't exist. So this is it. There was the sticker here was over the top here where this little light is. And I found, well, not me, a friend of mine found the actual, like, what this is. This is a remote on-off switch, right? And I bought, because we need them for Christmas, I bought a 3-pack of them. I have 2 of them right here, and then the third one is plugged in down there on the controller that I got with it. So I was hoping that the Lemurian plug, this remote would work with it, but it's still they're kind of custom coded, right? So here we go. Off, on. So that's why I got it. That was to hopefully get, and anyway, so yeah, that's what those. So I hooked up the lights just to test the Lemurian plug. But yeah, it didn't work. Oh, because I have another one. I have one remote light switch that is in for the backyard to turn the lights on and off, and we need one for the front. So that's why I ordered the 3-pack. Light Diode Designs UK says, can I send you some code for a light controller? Yes, on Discord. So there you go. Find man Discord. The link to Discord is in the description there. So all right, let's see. We're getting close to 2 hours here, and John has not popped in yet. So I don't know if he's going to pop in or not. So let's see. I got 3 more questions here. So let's see. From Freddie Fastfinger, he's the anti-vaxxer. He says, if vaccines are safe, empty the contents onto a spoon and drink it. If you're fine, I'll believe you. Now, of course, they're not designed to be consumed in your stomach, so it's not a fair comparison in any way. But probably that would be just fine.
I would have said that. Again, far from a professional me, but I would have thought if you can put it direct into your muscle or blood, you should be able to drink it.
Yeah. I mean, most things will break down in your stomach pretty quickly. So there you go. Same with JP4. I don't know if you should be drinking jet fuel. No drinking jet fuel. Just because Brady Photography said so. Do that on your own channel, dude. Man. That's not how vaccines work. Yeah, vaccines are I know people that had polio. The former building manager where I work.
Really?
He had polio, and he has a limp. He did not have it bad. It was just in like 1 foot. And he'll come walking into my office and he'll kind of limp in, and you get used to it over time. And I'm like, what? Why do you have that limp? He's like, oh, I had polio when I was a kid. I'm like, oh, that sucks. Yeah. But he's like, I got better, and I'm so glad for, that it's not there anymore, because it was really debilitating for a lot of people. So yeah, vaccines got rid of polio. So respect for that. Yeah. Same, smallpox still exists, but it's mostly gone.
This is just a question to you, but is its existence now due to the fact people aren't being vaccinated enough?
Smallpox?
Yeah.
I don't know that. I ran out of beverage. I'm all out. Get my throat a little. So, yeah, I don't know enough history of why it's coming back or why there is some stuff.
I'll tell you, actually, near me, because my sort of history thing I'm trying to start up, a little inkling onto what the next thing will be was, and again, it's only about 20 miles away from where I was born, but it was the last outbreak of the bubonic plague. And that was actually in like 1915.
Really?
In UK, yeah.
Now
and like little things like that, you know.
Yeah, well, that's
incredible.
not a virus. That's transmitted very differently.
Okay.
That was
that a bacterial thing, or
the bubonic plague was transferred from fleas on rats to people.
Yeah. Okay.
And so it has a lot to do with sanitation.
Right.
So I don't know if there's a treatment for it. I believe it's a bacteria, not a virus, which is different.
Okay.
So, but I think we can deal with that better. So somebody's saying this, the SR-71 is a good way to explain why we cannot use Saturn V's anymore. And I know where you're going with that. The Saturn V is a rocket that brought people to the moon, and we don't use it anymore. It's 50-year-old technology.
Yeah.
Some of it, especially like rocket design, that is kind of immortal. But like the actual controllers and all that kind of stuff that to make it work, that's all old stuff. And when we're going to build something new, because in 1972, the budget to maintain that, budget to build new ones is gone, and the budget to maintain it was also shut off. So they're like, what do we do? We gotta shut down the whole program. We're going full bore on the shuttle. So what do? Well, they shut it down, and all that stuff is no longer made. All the companies that made those things don't exist anymore. And so
I just thought of maybe a good way of explaining that, man. Like from
hold on a second. I gotta fix something. Mark Beiser, no Saturn V took anyone to the moon. Okay, the Saturn V got us into orbit.
Yeah.
Then they went to the moon, leaving bits of it in the ocean. So yes, okay, go ahead.
No, sorry, but say my way of trying to simplify what you just said to somebody of like a layman's person is, say, imagine a watch from a few years ago, how it might have been designed and been good enough, a mechanical watch, to go down 50 meters down underground and come back up again. It would have been okay. It would have got there and back and still worked. But it would take a digital watch to be able to navigate your way even further than that. But now there's the problem that the digital watch doesn't work very well in the water. Like, that's just the way my mind thinks of it.
So, all right, let's move on here. We got two more. We're gonna wind up with Jose gets the last question here. So, Gary's talking trash. Leave his comment. Leave his comment. So, let's see. We got intellectual iconoclasm says, thanks for having Speak Truth. Thanks for having the big round balls to speak up and share. The urge to hide shame is overpowering, and your humility and candor are a tribute to you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Jessica G was complaining about mods being too aggressive. And then she's the one that deleted Gary's comment. I don't know what's going on. Jessica G, why? I can't I wish that they had that, like you could undo. I didn't think it was that.
They should allow that for the creator to be able to delete the deleted message.
So, all right. And the final question, so Marshall Beats asked, this isn't the final question, it says, can you ask him how transition from flat earth back to reality and how it affected him? And you kind of already covered that, didn't you?
Yeah. I'll summarize it. I left flat earth. It was really crap for a little while, but it's just getting better and better. So anyone, look into it, because flat earth's taken you nowhere, and being back in reality certainly will.
So, all right. Final question from Jose. Listen up, Jose. Have you done any tests, experiments, observations, or just agreed with what you felt or believed was right?
Moon observations. There's just so much in there, but like, yeah, just looking up the stars. The best one that I use actually is just one of the sky apps, Stellarium. You can just watch the stars come up from below the horizon. That's one of the best tests I would say that you can make to prove the shape of the planet. But yeah, moon observations actually was for me. The fact that in Australia it's 180 degrees upside down. So yeah, I've confirmed the globe to myself 100%.
I think for you, that wasn't it that if the moon is here and an observer's here and an observer's here, right? They're on opposite sides of the moon. They should see a different part of the moon.
Yeah, right? There would be no such thing as the dark side of the moon on a flat Earth.
Well, there would be a there'd be a dark side, but you'd like
you'd see it.
Yeah,
you'd be able to.
Yeah. You'd see the backside of it. So, all right. Well, here I am.
Shine a light at it.
Bingo was a complete bust today. Congratulations.
What do I
win? You win knowing that the Earth is not flat. Oh, somebody's messaging.
Yeah, so it's not a lot really, but
did you people at home? Did you hear that little ding, that Facebook notification? That was John Puckett saying more craziness, which will be, which is a good little teaser because in an hour I'm going to be back. So 7 o'clock Central Time, I'm going to be back with Jon Snow, and I was going to have Ian Ferguson, who is the former 5G installer, but he had to cancel. I don't know why. We're going to try to reschedule. I hope he didn't have like some sort of a personal emergency, because he sent one message and that was it. I'm like, hey, how you doing and why, and can we reschedule, and nothing. So I hope he's not like having maybe it's just a work emergency instead of something else, but I don't know. But Eileen Dover is like, the two before that were from me. Eileen, shh, I'm trying to do a show here, and Eileen's. I mean, do you know Eileen Dover and her?
I love your name, Eileen. By the way, I think it's a brilliant name.
Her son Flip. her daughter Keel.
Yeah.
And her brother Ben.
Yeah. So. the grandson
Lean. So anyway, in an hour, what we're gonna do is Jon Snow and we're gonna go over some snake oil. I got a couple of funny mostly 5G snake oil, and then some comments, including the granddaddy of all insanity that John Puckett sent today. Really insane. So that will.
Wicked.
If people, if you're in there sending me messages on Facebook, stop it, just so you can hear.
Yeah, I love John, dude. So I'm gonna be in the chat watching you guys.
All right. That's 1 a.m. for you, dude. So.
Yeah, man, I'll be up.
All right, sounds good. Well,
it's quarantine. I ain't got any work.
All right, that's too bad. But all right, thank you for coming on. Seek Truth, Speak Truth. It's been great having you. Thank you for questions from everybody and just to have a friendly chat and stuff. And Jon Snow says, hold up, John, I got a schedule here to keep. Got a schedule. Anyway, so
if I'm still about later, dude, and once you and John have had a chat, if he's about, I'll pop on, but I'll leave that up to you. And if I'm in the chat,
that'd be fine. If he wants, let's do that.
He wants to talk. So obviously, leave you guys to do your thing. I want to sit in and have a listen to it.
So all right, that's coming up in an hour for everybody. So thank you to everybody else. I'm not holding on, people. People are saying, hold on.
Oh, man. I came in. I got in.
Oh, my gosh. John.
I was just getting settled in. I was like, are they jumping off? I was like, just trying to get settled. Like, I can't let them jump off without me jumping in. Get bad lighting. Hold on.
All right, John. In an hour, if Seek Truth, Speaks Truth still kicking around because it's late for him, then he'll come in and we'll chat. But I gotta go because I got another show in an hour, and I gotta
Cool.
eat. I don't know what else
Thank
I gotta
you.
do. So thanks everybody.
Thank you so much for passing me along, man.
Thank you to everybody that sent super chats. I hope I didn't miss any. Hold on. Let me double check. I don't like missing them. Thank you to channel members and patrons. If you're interested, there's a link to the patron in the description, or you can do that channel member thing. Mike 71. Jon Snow is not the guy from Game of Thrones, but I think he might have gotten his name from there. So, anyway, that's what I have. We'll see you all in an hour. And if you're here next week, if you're wondering what's going on next week, I have a guy that represents Professor Lucky from Serbia that sells a sticker to put on your phone that protects you from 5G. That's right. We have some craziness, wacky
Snake stickers,
snake oil stickers coming up next week. So there it is. That's what we got. We'll see you later. Bye.
Thank you so much.